So here you have a system of equations, and whenever you're solving a system of equations, the first question is, do you use substitution or do you use elimination? Substitution generally works well if at least one of the terms that contain the variables, so look at these terms, is free of coefficients. And in this case, this term right here, the term containing the x in the first equation, is free of coefficients, or rather the coefficient is 1. So I can actually solve this system by substitution without much complications. So I will start with the first equation, x plus 2y equals negative 4. And from here, I will express the variable x, so the one that doesn't have a coefficient, right? That means subtract 2y from both sides of the equation. And that gives me that x is minus 2y minus 4. Now I will use the other equation, the one I haven't used yet, right? So you have 3x minus 4y equals 20. And instead of x, I will substitute, right? That's why this is called substitution, the expression to which x is equal. So 3 times negative 2y minus 4 minus 4y equals 20. Distribute the 3 to both terms in the parentheses, so this becomes minus 6y minus 12 minus 4y equals 20. Combine like terms, right? So minus 4y minus 6y can be added to become negative 10y minus 12 equals 20. So now bring the 12 together with the 20 and get that negative 10y equals 32. At this point, divide both sides by negative 10 to get that y is negative 32 over 10, and they can be reduced by 2, so this becomes negative 16 over 5. The one time-saving technique that you have here is the fact that you already have an expression for x, right? Whenever you use substitution, there is no need to use one of the original equations. You can actually go directly to how you express the x. So I know that x is negative 2y minus 4, and I just obtained that the y itself is negative 16 over 5. So I can substitute here and say this is negative 2 times negative 16 over 5 minus 4. So negative times negative will give me a positive result. That will give me positive 32 over 5. And since I will be combining fractions, I can represent the 4 as 4 over 1. Now the least common denominator in this case is 5. So I will need to multiply both numerator and denominator here by 5, which gives me 32 over 5 minus 20 over 5, which is 12 over 5. So to answer the question, the ordered pair that solves the system of inequalities is 12 over 5 for x, and comma, negative 16 over 5. Let's also remind ourselves how you would solve this by elimination, right? So you will, in elimination, you will start with the same set of equations. right? And what you would like to do, examine the equations and figure out which variable you will eliminate. So here, I will eliminate the y's. This is -4, and I see that if I multiply the first equation by 2, I will have positive 4y. So positive 4y added to -4y will result in a 0, and therefore eliminate the y. So I will begin by multiplying the first equation by 2. That will give me 2x plus 4y equals -8. Remember that every term of the equation has to be multiplied. The second equation you keep as is. Right? And at this point, I'm ready to add the two equations together. So plus 4y and minus 4y disappear. Y is eliminated, so here's why this is called the elimination method. And 2x plus 3x is 5x equals -8 plus 20 is 12. So x is 12 over 5. And in this case, we can use either one of the two equations to finish solving for the other variables. I will take the first equation. So the first equation is x plus 2y equals -4. And since I just found that x is 12 over 5, I will substitute here. So 12 over 5 plus 2y equals -4. Instead of working with fractions, remember I will multiply every term of the equation by 5. So times 5 here, times 5 here, and times 5 here. The result is that the denominators will disappear. I will have 12 plus 10y equals -20. Now subtract 12 from both sides. Right, to obtain that 10y equals -32. Divide by 10 and obtain that y is -32 over 10, which can be reduced by 2, so this becomes -16 over 5. And again, as before, right, the different method doesn't mean you expect different answers. So we do get that the x is 12 over 5, and that the y is -16 over 5. So again, in each case when you're solving a system of equations, you have a choice whether to use substitution and elimination, and that choice has to be made very carefully before you begin solving the problem.